that is probably the biggest drawback in living in Kuna, Idaho. The number one problem with Kuna, Idaho is you just have to go into Meridian for any shopping or a variety of food places to eat. And that's just the truth. Kuna just doesn't have that commercial infrastructure that Meridian has. And so if you need to go to, let's say, Kohl's, or you need to run to Hobby Lobby, you're gonna have to go to Meridian because Kuna is just too small right now and it doesn't have that commercial development that all the residential growth is providing. So it will come down the road, but that is probably the biggest drawback in living in Kuna, Idaho, is just that commute into Meridian, which commute is really 15 to 20 minutes. So if you are wanting to go out and have a night, where you can do some dining and some shopping all in one spot, you can do that in Kuna. You're gonna find some restaurants there. There's 2 grocery stores in Kuna, and there's a Buy Mart, which if you haven't been to a Buy Mart, you're really missing out because that is so awesome. But if you want to get to all the main attractions that you want to do or you think you need to do here in living in Kuna, Idaho, you're just gonna have to go into Meridian, Idaho and do that until Kuna has that community built out a little bit better. But there are some really great things about living in Kuna. Kuna is a Second Amendment sanctuary city, so you definitely have the right to carry your firearm throughout the city. Idaho's a right to carry state anyways, but I love the fact that Kuna is that Second Amendment sanctuary city. Also, you have a lot of cool little downtown restaurants and cool little mom and pop, places to eat, or just little off the wall shops that it's been around forever. So Kuna really has a lot to offer. I have family that live in Kuna and they absolutely love living in Kuna. Now, will things go and develop out there? Of course they will, but there might be 5 years down the road, maybe sooner. And that's the other thing with all the growth happening out in Kuna, is if you're looking for hospital services, you will have to go into Meridian, Idaho for that, which is another 10 to 15 minutes. Leo on my team, they just had a baby. He lives in Kuna and he was timing his commute in the rush hour at all times during the day in case his wife was going into delivery and he had to make it to the Meridian Hospital. It was about 12 to 15 minutes throughout all parts of the day for him to get his wife to the hospital if she was to deliver. So that's one of the downsides, and that's probably the biggest drawback in living in Kuna, Idaho, is you're just gonna have to hop in the car and plan your day and plan where you're going shopping. So some of the great things about living in Kuna and why people do choose to move out to Kuna is a couple reasons. One, a lot of brand new homes. So if new construction is your jam, definitely Kuna will have a lot of new construction. Number 2, the downtown area is just awesome. There's a lot to do right in downtown. Even Kuna has a little green belt that you can walk on. You can throw your inner tube in the river and just float down that for a little ways. There's a lot of cool things. As you come into downtown, you'll see this giant American flag flying, giant water tower, beautiful park for all the kids to play out, or you can go have a picnic in. There's just a lot happening in Kuna. This video is sponsored by Ron Hatch with Madison Pool. Ron is my personal financial advisor and he is accepting new clients at this time. All of his contact information will be down below. When you give him a call or you reach out to him, tell him Go Idaho sent you. One of the interesting observations about Kuna, as you drive through Kuna, you kind of feel like you're in a 1950s movie. You've just kind of like gone back in time, more so than out in Star, where you think Star has a little bit more of that, going back in time. Go through downtown Kuna and tell me what you think of that as you drive through, what you're reminded of as you drive through downtown Kuna. So there's a lot of good things happening in Kuna, Idaho. There's a lot of growth going on. There's a lot of new stuff going on out there, obviously, because everything's new out there. So if you're looking for a good place to settle in, that you don't want to be in all that congestion or in the hustle and bustle of Meridian, Idaho, Kuna is a really good alternative. And I've said this years before on these videos. I think Kuna, Idaho could be the next sleeping giant as far as property appreciation. And once that development goes in out there and all the commercial kind of fills in, I think you'll be really surprised at how nice Kuna will feel compared to how it may feel to you if you've been out there before right now. Everyone's different. You got to find the area that's best for you. I love it when people come into town and they're like, hey, I'm interested in Kuna, or I'm interested in Meridian, Eagle, And then we end up out in Nampa and Kuna. They're like, oh my gosh, Greg, I love Kuna. I love the small town feel. I love how you drive by farms on your way home. So if you're looking for that, definitely check out homes in Kuna, Idaho. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll enjoy your drive out there, and I'll see you on the next video.